once asked, okay, as a human being, what is it that you really want in life? The answer was very simple. The person was a very senior person, and he said, I want only three things in life. One, I want to live. See, live means I'm not saying 100 years, 10 years. I want to live this moment. I want to live now. Okay. How to check this? Suppose at this moment we got a call from Sri Yamaraj and says, Chalo yaar, let's go. What is our response? एक व्हाट्सएप मैसेज तो भेज दो यार, गुड बाय करके आ जाओ. एटलीस्ट लेट मी टेल माई फैमिली व्हाट्स माई पासवर्ड, कौन सा कहाँ खोलना है. एटलीस्ट लेट माई फीड माई डॉग्स बिफोर आई स्टार्ट. आज शाम को एक म्यूजिक प्रोग्राम है, एक गाना तो गा ले. दैट मीन्स वी डोंट वांट टू एंड एनीथिंग नाउ. बाद में सोचेंगे, लेकिन अभी नहीं. So I want to live. And this wanting to live is the desire for every living organism. Every living organism. You grow a flower in the shade, it will lean towards the light. वो अपने आप झुकेगा towards the light. आप एक कॉकरोच को पकड़ के leave it in the center of the room. It will go to the corner so that it will not be hit there. वो चूहे को छोड़ो, चूहे will run to the corner so that birds won't pick it up. So every organism that has life wants to live this moment. The human being wants two more things. One, he wants to live in knowledge. कि हमें मालूम होना चाहिए क्या हो रहा है, what is happening. That's why all these social media platforms are so popular. Even without moving at my fingertip, I can see what is right or wrong. I know what is happening. I'm able to get a lot of information from outside. And the third and the most important thing, all of us want to live happily. Okay, so happiness is a desire from inside. I want to be happy. And there are also certain systems in us. For example, when a happy event happens, हमारे यहाँ there is one chemical produced. It's called dopamine. Dopamine. It's a pleasure chemical. It's produced in small quantities and it gives me that high, maja feeling. And when that is withdrawn, I get unpleasant feeling. ये तो बोलते हैं कि भाई it's a biological thing. I'm not going more into that. I'm going into. And how does this dopamine come? When I have a lot of objects which I like. I like this. ये अगर मुझे मिल गया तो I get this dopamine production. I like this. ये मिल गया. I like my particular color. I like my particular taste. मेरा dress. All these things produced dopamine. And when this goes away, dopamine is as though withdrawn from my system. Then we are talking about happiness management. Am I going to be in control of that chemical or I cannot control that chemical? If I am going to be in the control of the chemical, then the chemical determines how happy I will be. But if I can control the chemical, I will decide how happy I will be. Happiness management is quite simply this here. How to manage your happiness by yourself. So in this process, we saw in the last few weeks that happiness is not in an object. Happiness is not also something which is produced from inside. So there must be only one other way out. It must have to do with something with me, not with my system, not with my physiology. It has got to do something with my system of thinking, with my system of relating to people. So it's a certain arrangement from inside. I over a period of time when I have been thinking, I found that when I recall some happy moments from my past, school life, college life, I still remember when first year in college, there was a show and all the second and third years were doing the show. So somebody in the second year knew me and they called me and said, no, this man is a good singer, इनको आप chance दो. It was just 2 3 months into college. It was a freshers welcome. They say freshers welcome, but third year, second year गाते हैं. First year को कुछ chance नहीं भाई नहीं देता. So they said यार इसको chance दो. They said ठीक है यार क्या कर सकते हो? I said if you want I will sing a song. So those days it was a couple of years after the release of the movie Bobby. So I sang मैं शायद तो नहीं. That one song made me famous in the college. So when next day onwards when I used to enter the college premises, they'll say मैं शायर तो नहीं आ गया. So even now when I recall that moment, I am filled with a certain happiness from inside. Okay, when you get a job, and then when I became the head of the office, much later in life, I became the head of the office. And on the day I reported to the office, I was led to my desk and my room by my security officer. He said, "Sir, board में आपका spelling ठीक है, आपको carpet का color पसंद है, आपको desk का size पसंद है." And being I was a currency officer. My security was separate, 3 levels of security. And I was the only fellow in the whole office who had an attached bath to his office. Attached bath tent. He said, "Sir, under office का कुछ decoration read कर दे. 4.5 लाख रुपए का budget है for my bathroom." And I said, "यार हमको mirror चाहिए." वो said, "सब ऐसे उर्वशी से mirror लगवा देंगे." So when I recall all that, there is a certain joy filling up. And it has a very powerful effect of neutralizing today's sadness. आज अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो आई फाउंड द सॉल्यूशन इज रिकॉल फ्रॉम द पास्ट सम हैप्पी मोमेंट वो टुडे की सैडनेस को वो न्यूट्रलाइज कर देता है. इट मे नॉट बी 100% सॉल्यूशन, बट व्हाट हैपेंस इज यू कॉन्स्टेंटली स्टार्ट फॉरगेटिंग द sadness in you, and it becomes a habit to recall happy moments. And when you recall happy moments, your face shines. ये कहता हूं ना, this corners of the eyes will go up, the mouth corners will go up. हम यही बात नाना ही हमको करते थे. And instead of sitting like this, you will start sitting like this. And अगर कोई आपको disturb करे तो say 5 minutes, I'll finish this and come with a smiling expression. Whereas if you are sad, somebody disturb you, say क्या बात है? So the whole personality changes. That's what we are going to try and do today. Individually, each one of you, please recall in detail. Okay, आपको detail में मुझे बताना है one happy moment in your life. बचपन में हो, जवानी में हो, आपको अवार्ड मिला हो, कुछ भी हो, और मुझे डिटेल में बताना है. नॉट नहीं कि सर उन्होंने मुझे प्राइज दिया और मैं खुश हो गया, नहीं, वैसे नहीं. आपको डिटेल में बता. जैसे मैंने बताया था ना, दे टुक मी इनसाइड द रूम. ही सेड, सर ये टेबल ठीक है या आपके लिए नया टेबल ला दूं? अरे वो टेबल इटसेल्फ वाज सो बिग दैट यू कुड प्ले टेबल टेनिस. वो बोल रहा, सर बजट है 1.5 लाख रुपए का, क्या आपका मैं टेबल चेंज कर दूं, आपका कारपेट चेंज कर दूं, आपके बाथरूम का रीडेकोरेशन कर दूं? So when you recall in detail, moment by moment, small events, आप recall कीजिए. and इसको हम संस्कृत में कहते हैं ऊर्ध्व रोमा. रोमा means hair starts growing upwards, and it gives you a lot of happiness from inside, and thereafter you are in command of your happiness. जब भी चाहिए, there is no bored. कल हम लोग एक डिस्कशन में बोलते हैं, one of my friends here was saying, I don't get bored in life. Why should you get bored? अपना तो अपना एंटरटेनमेंट टीवी कैमरा तो यहाँ है, ऑन कर दो. पिक अप एन एपिसोड फ्रॉम द पास्ट, उसको आप रिप्ले करके देखो. Just as you like listening to old songs. अच्छा रहता. See, you pick up an old sad song. Okay, उस दिन का somebody said, सर मुझे साइकिल का गाना गाना है. कौन सा गाना गाना है? जब दिल ही टूट गया. दिल टूट गया लेकिन खुशी खुशी गा रहे हैं. सो प्लेबैक करने में काफी आनंद मिलता है. इट्स वन ऑफ द वेज ऑफ invoking your happy self. So now we start. Okay, yeah. Oh, lovely. A for Ajay. And Ajay, उनकी आज उनसे उनके साथ मेरी अभी कुछ महीनों से अच्छी दोस्ती है. What I like about him is, what I like
Exactly.
about him is हमेशा मुस्कुराते रहते हैं.
Thank
अब
you,
I
sir.
asked him, were you selected in the season final? खुशी खुशी बोलते हैं हम सेलेक्ट नहीं हुए सर.
हाँ, अगली बार दिए तो बल्कि एक वो चांस मिल गया नेक्स्ट
उनको चांस नहीं मिला, ये बहुत
टाइम
बड़ी बात है ही
गाने
नहीं.
का.
उनको ये बड़ी बात उनके
हाँ,
लगी नहीं. वो बोलते नहीं मिला सर. सो क्या फर्क पैदा, कोई फर्क नहीं पैदा. सो अजय राय विल
कोई
स्टार्ट.
फर्क नहीं पैदा.
आप अपनी जिंदगी से, फ्रॉम योर लाइफ और फ्रॉम व्हाट यू हैव सीन, टेल अस अ वेरी वेरी हैप्पी किस्सा, डिटेल में बताइए. ओवर टू यू.
हाँ, सर मैं अपने स्कूल टाइम की बात कर रहा हूँ. आई वॉज इन जयपुर एंड हमारा जो फादर का ट्रांसफर हुआ था लखनऊ से तो जयपुर आए तो गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में एडमिशन लेना पड़ा बिकॉज ही वाज इन द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट जॉब. तो मैं वहाँ पे सेंट्रल स्कूल में था तो जयपुर में एडमिशन नहीं हुआ तो वो एक गवर्नमेंट के स्कूल में एडमिशन हुआ तो बड़ा अच्छा स्कूल था ये जयपुर में. तो हमारे से वो जो है ना टीचर्स सारे सभी मिक्स थे उसमें तो सब मुस्लिम भी थे वो भी थे. तो एक टीचर हमारे मैथ्स के थे. है सर? सुन रहे हैं सर? आवाज आ रही है सब?
हाँ आ रही आ रही.
ओके. तो मैथ्स के टीचर थे वो ना वो म्यूजिक के बड़े शौकीन थे और साथ में मैथ्स के टीचर और म्यूजिक के शौकीन. और मैं तो बचपन था ही. तो वो स्पेशली मेरे को घर बुलाते थे, कहते हैं यार वो शाम को ट्यूशन को एक दो मैंने ऐसे प्रॉब्लम अपनी करने लगे, यू कम डाउन टू माय होम, घर आओ वहां बैठ के डिस्कस करेंगे तो मैथ्स की तुम्हारी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर देंगे. तो मैं उनके शाम को घर चला जाता था सर. तो घर जाते ही वो हारमोनियम लेके बैठ जाते थे. और मैं अपनी लिस्ट लेके जाता कि ये प्रॉब्लम है सर, ये मैथ्स के, ये टेक्नोमेट्री और ये फलाने ढमकाए. और वो कहने लगे यार वो तो करेंगे ठीक है, फर्स्ट स्टार्ट विद द सॉन्ग. तो वो हारमोनियम लेके और साहब वो जो है पहले अपना गाना गाते हैं फिर मेरे से सुनते और फिर सुनने के बाद फिर कहते हैं ना आप बताओ क्या तुम्हें. तो वो जो ना मतलब उसने प्लेजेंट और इतनी खुशियां देता था कि और मेरी उसके बाद जो है ना जो भी प्रॉब्लम वो बताते थे वो ऐसे दिमाग में घुस जाती थी कि ओ फिट. तो दैट वाज ए मोमेंट, वो बहुत अच्छा लगता था. तो मैं हरदम उनसे ये कहता था सर आज फिर मैं शाम को आ रहा हूँ. ओके ओके कमलान सर.
अजय, फ्रॉम योर मेमोरी आप ऐसा एक गाना रिकॉल कीजिए जिसको आपको गाते बहुत सुख मिलता है, और वो गा के सुनाइए, और वो गा के सुनाइए.
श्योर श्योर सर.
Even if it's a mukhda or an antara, never mind. It need not be a whole song. A song which you sing and which gives you maximum happiness.
लूटा जो मुसाफिर दिल के सफर में है जन्नत ये दुनिया उसकी नजर में उसी ने लुटा है मजा जिंदगी का मोहब्बत में जो गया वो किसी.
Lovely. Wonderful, wonderful. देखिए, now जब आप गाते हैं, when you are singing, when you are recalling, what was your feeling inside? अंदर क्या हो रहा है? Can you feel that happiness
सबसे बड़ी
coming?
खुशी
खुशी हुई,
happiness.
हैप्पीनेस। और देयर आर सो मेनी प्रॉब्लम्स, कोई प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हुआ?
Lot of
अच्छा,
बैठे बैठे ही
बैठे बैठे ही वो प्रॉब्लम न्यूट्रलाइज हो गए।
यूटिलाइज हो गए।
हाँ,
करेक्ट।
सर में दर्द है तो दर्द को रहने दो यार, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता।
मैंने कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा।
See how recalling a happy moment has neutralized your sadness, if there is any
करेक्ट
problem,
सर।
है ना? क्योंकि प्रॉब्लम तो बहुत हो सकते हैं यार, देखो ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है, ये नहीं है। जैसे बकेट में लीक होता है ना, वो होता बहुत सारे हैं। So, but recalling a happy moment has made you very, very happy. Thank you, Ajay. Thank you very much. You have made,
वही कहते हैं ना सर,
हाँ,
जिंदगी लंबी नहीं बड़ी होनी चाहिए।
बड़ी होनी चाहिए। वंडरफुल, फिल्म आनंद का डायलॉग है, बाबू मोशाय, जिंदगी लंबी नहीं बड़ी होनी चाहिए।
हाँ,
वंडरफुल, वंडरफुल,
बड़ी।
बड़ी होनी चाहिए। वंडरफुल,
थैंक यू।
थैंक यू वेरी मच, Ajay. Now I move on to KT Dadaji. You could share with us from your life anything which, if you recall today, makes you extremely happy and knocks off all the problems that you have. The floor is yours. You can unmute and talk. KT Dadaji, it's yours.
I will have to really think.
Okay.
There were many instances that made me feel happy,
Oh,
but I
lovely.
think one instance that suddenly comes to my mind as I'm talking to you is when my son, who was initially hesitant and did not want to take up uh, a line of chartered accountancy years
Hmm.
ago,
Hmm.
and I pushed him into it. I said, "No, darling, it is nice. You'll be on your own. You'll learn about finance and numbers." And he was hesitant at that time whether he should go in for engineering or for this. But because of, and my husband was abroad, so he said, "Okay, chalo, to make mommy happy, I will try and pursue chartered accountancy." Today, he is doing so well in that
Oh.
line that
Hmm.
it gives me tremendous pleasure. Though initially my husband felt a little upset that why did you force him if he had an inclination for engineering? You
Hmm.
should have encouraged him to go into the engineering science field.
Hmm.
But somehow, because I had chartered accountants in my mother and father side of the family, I told my younger son to do that. And today he's doing so well. He's an MBA with finance and
Wow.
doing strategy management. So I keep telling him today, of course, he's a married man, settled with his family. I said, "See, son, I'm glad you did it. You've gone places, you've gone around the world auditing in foreign countries for the KPMG company which you work
Wow.
for." And
Hmm.
when he is doing so well, till today, Mr. Krishnan, it gives me a lot of
Lot
happiness
of pleasure.
to see
Yes.
him because he's done well. Though initially I felt guilty that I should not push a child into doing something that maybe he's not inclined for. But I'm glad that it paid off because my
Hmm.
older son is working as a captain on a ship in the same profession as my husband. So I
Hmm.
said, "Your brother is doing fabulously well. I want you, beta, also to be equally proficient and good in the profession that you opt for."
Hmm.
So it made me very happy that it wasn't a wrong choice. Otherwise, if he had not cleared and done so well like he is doing today, I would have felt very guilty. Okay,
Hmm.
maybe at that time I made a mistake, Mr. Krishnan, as my husband said, okay, you should not have forced him to do a line that you were very fond of.
Hmm.
And I agree today, as I'm old in my 70s, okay, yes, I did make a mistake, but my mistake paid off. So I'm very happy.
That's a very
It
nice way
paid
of
off.
putting it. No,
Yeah,
I thought that
yeah.
you got an insight into your son's personality.
Yes, to
I
some
think
extent.
you didn't force him into something which he didn't want to do. You know, as
Uh,
a mother, you had perhaps instinctively you had a certain inclination, know that this is where he would shine.
I think so to some extent. You're right over there because he's been from a young age a myopic with a very minus number. So I
Okay.
told him that you cannot, with a myopic minus number, go on the ship like your older
Ah,
brother.
see? Yes, yes.
So you try to do an office job where even if your myopic number increases, it will not have any effect on your
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
education and on your job.
Yeah.
So then I think he realized that mommy is right to that extent. And He's very, very hardworking, extremely hardworking, and he still wants to study, even though he's 42. He says, I
Wonderful.
will still study further and do other things connected with accountancy. So
Yeah.
I'm very happy that I pushed him into a line at that time, wrong on my part to do it, but today it's paid rich dividends.
Yeah,
So
again,
I'm
when I
glad.
say, when you had that, you had an instinct because you were
Yes,
objective enough to find that with his kind of condition, he may perhaps not be suitable in our ship,
yes,
and he will be
yes.
more suitable in some kind of analytical work because of his that needed a lot of objectivity in you.
Yes, that's right. And it paid off. So I'm
It
very
paid off.
happy because when he was working abroad also he got recommended
Oh,
letters of appreciation that you're doing very well and you helped our
oh, wow.
companies save dollars in US currency. So
Wow.
when he told me that, oh, I was on cloud nine, that at
That's
least even
wonderful.
foreigners are appreciating what you have done for
Yeah.
them and tried to make more money in those
I
companies where
think,
you worked previously.
I think
So
that's
that's,
amazing.
yeah, so as a mother I feel good now
Yes.
today,
Yeah,
you
not
know.
only as a mother and even as someone who has created a wonderful professional for the system, a very strong professional who helps a lot of people. And all you have to
Yes.
do sometime is to sit back and recall all this, and you will be filled with happiness.
Yes, it does give me a lot of happiness. Of course,
And
his
it,
older brother is doing well too abroad. So I'm
okay,
equally proud of him. But this boy, a little more because I pushed him into a line that I
okay,
thought was suitable for him at that time.
wonderful. It's
Okay,
really
thank
great listening to you on this,
you.
and
It's a pleasure talking to you
my
as well.
great. Now let's move to one other person. I would like to ask Mr. Akhori Kumar to unmute. Come on the camera, unmute.
Correct, correct.
Would you
I'm
like
really
to come
proud
on
of
stage,
my
sir?
wife.
Mr. Akhori Kumar. Mr. Akhori Kumar
But
ji.
sorry,
Yeah.
sorry,
Or
sorry.
till he comes, shall we go to Dr. Kamal Setia? Dr. Kamal Setia is a wellness coach himself. Not only is he a personally happy person, he tells others also how to be happy and emotional wellness वगैरह बताते हैं. So over to Kamal Setia ji for sharing with us joyful moments in his life and messages for all of us. Over to you. Unmute कीजिए and come close to the mic and speak. सुनाई नहीं दे रहा कमल जी. Not able to hear you. There's a problem in the mute system. एक बार म्यूट अनम्यूट कर लीजिए.
नेट की प्रॉब्लम लग रही है.
बहुत ही धीमी सी गति से आ रही है आपकी आवाज. वेरी वेरी लो. परहैप्स हेडफोन वहां कुछ कनेक्टेड है क्या? अच्छा डॉक्टर जी जब हाँ इज देयर आपका हेडफोन कनेक्टेड है वहां और एनी अदर डिवाइस कनेक्टेड है? बिकॉज आई एम नॉट एबल टू हियर इट. होंठ हिल रहे हैं बट आई एम नॉट एबल टू हियर इट ऑल.
Sir, have you connected your audio to Bluetooth? We can't hear you, sir.
या टिल सच टाइम वो आप सॉर्ट कर लेते हैं. वी विल हियर अदर पर्सन. वी विल. अखुरी कुमार जी वुड यू लाइक टू टॉक? आप अनम्यूट
अब
कीजिए.
आ गया है.
यस सर प्लीज अनम्यूट कीजिए. डॉक्टर या अखुरी कुमार जी. अभी अनम्यूट नहीं कर पाए. ओके लेट्स गो टू चंदर ओबेराय जी. आप अनम्यूट कीजिए एंड आपकी फ्रॉम योर लाइफ प्लीज गिव अस एन एक्सपीरियंस समथिंग दैट मेक्स यू एक्सट्रीमली हैप्पी. ओवर टू यू.
ओके. एक्चुअली क्या है कि मेरी जो सबसे बड़ी बेटी है उसकी शादी के बाद जब मैं उसके इन लॉज के यहाँ कोई शादी थी तो फर्स्ट टाइम वहां पे गया तो आई वॉज जस्ट सिटिंग देयर. ओनली a few persons were known to me तो अचानक उनके रिलेटिव्स में से दो मेरे पास आए और उन्होंने मेरे को आके पूछा, कहने लगे, उबराई जी, क्या आपकी बड़ी बेटी जैसी दूसरी बेटी भी ऐसी है?
अरे
आई कांट एक्सप्लेन इन वर्ड्स कि उस वक्त मेरे को कितनी
हाँ,
खुशी हुई और इतना मान फील हुआ अपनी बेटी पे कि उसने अपने लॉज में जाके इतनी नाम कमाया कि मेरा नाम भी रोशन कर दिया और मेरे को बहुत फख्र हुआ.
अरे वाह, क्या
That was
बात.
the most happiest moment in my life.
यस यस यस. हाँ, बेटी को तारीफ करे उनके ससुराल वाले, बोले कि भाई आपकी वंडरफुल वंडरफुल अमेजिंग अमेजिंग वेरी एक्सेलेंट सी.
Thank
अब वंडरफुल, रियली वेरी वंडर, रियली ग्रेट, बिकॉज अपने बच्चों की जो कीर्ति किसी और के मुंह से सुने तो बहुत ही अच्छा लगता है.
सही बात.
वंडरफुल वंडरफुल अभिराज जी, वंडरफुल वंडरफुल. लेट्स मूव टू वन मोर पर्सन. अकुरी कुमार जी, आर यू रेडी? आपको अनम्यूट करना है. आपके कैमरा के पास जाइए, वहां एक
Yes.
हाँ, अनम्यूट हो गया. यस, आप अपने लाइफ से कोई किस्सा सुनाइए विच मेक्स यू वेरी वेरी हैप्पी.
एक साल बोकारो सर्विस पीरियड में 2000 1997 में मेरी बड़ी बेटी सेंट्रल स्कूल में पढ़ती थी. वो खो खो में सिलेक्ट हुई नेशनल लेवल पर. उसका भुवनेश्वर जाना था, तो मैंने उसे स्कूल में ड्रॉप किया. ड्रॉप कर आ रहा था तो मेरे स्कूटर एक्सीडेंट हो गया.
अच्छा.
लेकिन लोग बोलने लगा कि अब बेटी को मना कर दो, जा रही है, उसको तुम्हारी हॉस्पिटल में काम होगा ये. हमने कहा नहीं नहीं, उसको ये बात बताना ही नहीं है,
हम्म.
उसको जाने दीजिए. मैं गया अपना हॉस्पिटल में ट्रीटमेंट किया, 2-4 दिन एडमिट रहा, फिर आ गया. उसके बाद पता चला कि वो भुवनेश्वर में नेशनल चैंपियनशिप जीत ली है.
वाह.
तो आई, उसके बाद उसको हमने बताया कि ऐसा ऐसा हुआ, तो बहुत हम पर डांटी कि आपको बताना चाहिए था. हमने कहा नहीं, मैं तो यहाँ ठीक हो जाता लेकिन तुम्हारा ये चांस लैप्स हो जाता. उसमें बहुत खुशी हुई. स्कूल में बुलाकर हम लोग को प्राउड किया गया. बहुत उसमें हम लोग को प्राउड फील हुआ. तो ये मोमेंट मेरे लिए बहुत खुशी की बात थी. अगर किसी की लाइफ आगे जाना है तो उसको ब्रेक नहीं करना चाहिए.
वाह, क्या बात.
ये मेरा.
एक्सेलेंट
ओके, थैंक यू सर.
एक्सेलेंट एक्सेलेंट एक्सेलेंट. नेशनल खो खो चैंपियनशिप आपने, एक्सीडेंट हुआ बट आई सेड फॉरगेट इट. बच्चे की प्रोग्रेस हो जाए तो आई एम वेरी वेरी हैप्पी विद दैट. ओके, आई विल नाउ आस्क सुरेश नंदा जी टू स्पीक. सुरेश नंदा, अ गुड फ्रेंड नाउ स्टेइंग इन दिल्ली. दिल्ली है ना? सुरेश नंदा, अनम्यूट.
Can you hear me, Mohan?
I can hear you.
You see,
हाँ.
to me, happiness is a state of mind. How you manage your mind. There are several pleasant happiness moments in my life, and it's very difficult to particularly focus. Still, from a critical moment to happiness, I will cite an example. 2021 or 22, my son was affected by COVID, post-COVID, and he was in ICU in Safdarjung.
Oh.
So it was a life and death situation, but after 3 to 4 days, he recovered completely. The doctor said he is out of danger, no issue. So it was one of the most happiest moment in my life, from a critical life situation to a normal situation. Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Suresh. Thank you for sharing. We now move on to KGY Raman. KGY Raman, my friend from Bangalore. Yes, sir. Please share anything that you feel gave you a lot of happiness.
I want to see a lot of happiness, surely. You see, I come from a very poor family in my early ages. We were not very comfortable. It was almost a struggle to find means to make both ends meet. sort of thing. So when I got a job, a government job or that, I had to go to a far off place. My monthly salary was a princely 69 rupees. And it was a hill station. Okay. Well, after going there, I naturally had to save every penny and send home money so that my brothers, sisters can be in some reasonable comfort. So I was doing that. Okay. That is, I don't mean to say that is the happy situation. That is not it. Now the scenario changes to something like 45, 50 years after all that. And my mother is no more. And we chanced to get some sort of a notebook, just like you are mentioning, write it down, write it down, write it down. We were surprised to find a notebook written by my mother. She was not a very, she didn't even go to high school. I think she stopped with standard 2 or 3. Okay. And she has written in that, one of the blessings of my life is when there is a dire necessity, if I write to this son, he responds at once. This has been a great relief for us. This is what she has written. She has not told me that. She has not told anybody that. But we found it in her diary, kind of diary, you can say. So when I read those lines, it is very hard to describe whether it is exactly happiness, whether it is joy, whether it is a feeling of something phenomenal like stepping into heaven kind of thing. But that is one moment which is which will always remain with me as one of my moments of great satisfaction to see that I was able to keep my mother happy when she. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Imagine something which happened 50 plus years ago, and you read today that the mother is so grateful that by kuch bhi mango, yeah, he will give. Whatever you ask, he will give. See, these are moments to be cherished. Write these moments. Please write this and keep it so that your next generation will read it sometime. Perhaps Raman sir's great grandson will read and say, "Bhai, my great grandfather has likha hai."
That's a very questionable, doubtful situation. Yeah. Anyway,
because what happens is when we capture happy memories and store them, the cells undergo a change. The body has to age. There is no choice. Body has to age, but the cells, come alive, and your happiness shines through you. आपकी आंखों से, आपकी वर्ड से, आपकी posture से, you exude happiness, and a happy person will attract others. जैसे रोशनी पतंगा को भाई अपने ओर खींचता है, just like a burning lamp attracts insects, a happy person will attract everybody. I want you to try this sometime. Go to a garden where you have planted these swaying plants. Okay, just go sit with them, and अंदर से खुश आप, you invoke this happy feeling. Like Abhiraj, you think about your daughter and what the parents said. Raman sir, you think about what your mother said. You invoke that happy person and watch the plants. The plants will as though get drawn to you, will get attracted to you because there is life there. And the life will dance with you. And you go to the same plant every day and unke samne baithiye. Just sit there for some time. The plant will as though recognize and dance for you. My Guruji once said that his mother used to say, every day before going to school, you go to the field, see the grain stalks and then go. He will say, what grain stalk? She says, you go and see. So my Guruji has written in his book that much later I found that these plants were also waiting for me. They were still till I came, and after I came, they started dancing. So it's a living organism. And when you are happy from inside, even living organisms are happy. You know something? I don't know. I have not experimented. I don't want anybody to experiment. They say a poisonous snake bite cannot kill a happy person. इसके लिए don't put your hand inside a snake venom and try anything like that. They say if you are happy, even a snake bite, in fact, the snake won't even bite you. That's what they say. They say the snake venom won't touch you. It is not to be experimented. ये वो ऋषिज कहते हैं सुनना है. It's wonderful to listen to people. Raman, thank you very much for this wonderful story. Let's move a little further. Let's listen to Bharati Rathod ji. Please share with us a wonderful story from your life. Bharati Rathod ji, are you there?
Mohan sir, can I come a little later?
Okay, come a little later. I will talk to Satish Kalia ji first, then Satish Kalia ji, please come online. Okay, I understand. Satish Kalia ji, you have some issues with the video. No problem at all. But I would like you to join at some point of time and share some wonderful thoughts with us. Thank you, Satish Kalia ji. I can understand that where you are, the video or thing cannot. Okay, let's ask Kanta ji to share with us some happy moments that even today when you think of it, you feel absolutely thrilled.
My son, he's going to be 38 in June. He's my constant happiness.
Okay.
Anything he does, the way people talk about him, and whatever he has done, achieved in life, it's always a source of happiness for me. Always. But of course, before that, it was my dad also. Because I made a very big decision of my life without consulting my parents and, went ahead with it. But my father wrote to me. He never wrote to anybody, saying that if you have done, there's some reason to it and you can't do anything wrong.
Wow.
So it's okay. I'm not angry with you.
Oh.
So that is something I cherish and I've got it with me yet. So
that's wonderful. Yes. And very beautifully, Archana has stated here, and your dogs, of course.
Yes. Without them, I'm nowhere today. Because my son is not here, so my dogs are here, yes.
She never calls them dogs, she only calls them by names.
I don't.
She calls them by names and say, little girl, little boy.
My pups, my babies.
My pups, that's how she is. So wonderful. Hi, Rajbir waving from behind. Thank you. Thank you for being with us. And one more thing which I would like to share about Kanta, when she... So, yeah, very often, when I could sense Kanta's happiness when she spoke about her son, first time when we were exchanging texts. She said, Tharun is 6'4". So I said, 6 feet 4 inches of happiness she is able to see immediately. So the joy expressed when you think of your people, when you, and especially when they are doing well. They may be at a distance. When you exchange that happiness, it is really wonderful. Great, Kanta. Really, I loved it. Achha. Arun KH. Arunji, would you like to come online? Yes, Arunji.
हाँ सर, नमस्कार.
आइए, नमस्कार, आइए. Please share with us happy moments of your life.
ऐसे तो मैं रोड पर हूँ, लेकिन फिर भी थोड़ा डिस्टर्बेंस हो सकता है. मैं बताता हूँ अपनी बातें. मैं बिजनेस क्लास से रहा हूँ और बहुत से खट्टे अनुभव ही रहे, मीठे तो रहे ही नहीं जिंदगी में. लेकिन बावजूद उसके भी जब बेंगलोर आया, शिफ्ट हुआ, यहाँ शिफ्ट होने के पहले एक ऐसा क्षण आया कि मेरा बर्थडे था, मुझे याद भी नहीं. बच्चों ने प्लान किया और मुझे ले गए डिस में, बालकनी में, कि पापा ये घर देखो, वो घर देखो. घर लेना था हमें. चलो कोई बात नहीं, बातें हो रही थी. जब अंदर किया रूम में इंटर, कैंडल लाइट, अंधेरा और पूरा एकदम अरेंजमेंट किया हुआ बर्थडे का, तो इतनी खुशी मिली कि बयान करना बहुत मुश्किल है. जिंदगी में पहली बार ऐसा अनुभव हुआ. तो बच्चों के साथ ही गुजरता है समय, और मैंने ये जिंदगी में महसूस किया है कि दोस्त अपनी जगह हैं, दोस्त तो बन ही जाते हैं हर जगह, लेकिन परिवार के साथ रहिए, परिवार में सब लोगों के साथ मिलजुल कर, और बच्चों के पोते पोतियों के साथ जो आनंद मिलता है उसका बयान करना मुश्किल है, क्योंकि बाजार का अनुभव मुझे थोड़ा कम है जो प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ है, लेकिन घरेलू अनुभव और बिजनेस का अनुभव इस तरह के रहे कि घर में आनंद पूरा रहता है। हम आनंद से रहेंगे तो सब चीजें आनंद से देखेंगे। यही यही जीवन का नजरिया है। आप खुश रहो, सामने वाले को खुश रखो। आप दुखी रहोगे तो सामने वाले को क्या बताओगे? ये मेरा फलसफा है।
वंडरफुल वंडरफुल, एक्सेलेंट एक्सप्रेशन। बस अंदर से खुश रहो तो ये जो खुशी है ना वो रोशनी फैलती रहती है।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सर,
ये दूसरों को भी खुश कर देती है। वंडरफुल। क्योंकि लोग, मैंने सुना है, लोग कहते हैं आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज अबाउट यू बट यू ऑलवेज सीम हैप्पी। वो स्पेशली आप देखिए, इफ यू हैव सीन सम ऑफ दीज म्यूजिशियंस सिंग ऑन स्टेज, तो ये देयर वाज अ सिंगर, ऑल ऑफ यू नो हिम, सिंगर है, एक्टर है, डायरेक्टर है, डायलॉग राइटर है, कॉमेडियन है, सीरियस एक्टर है। देयर इज ओनली वन सच पर्सन, उनका नाम है किशोर कुमार। तो आई वंस वॉच्ड स्टेज प्रोग्राम। अच्छा, स्टेज प्रोग्राम में ही इज सिंगिंग अ सॉन्ग, दुखी मन मेरे सुन मेरा कहना, जहां नहीं चैना वहां नहीं रहना। दुखी गाना गा रहा है, लेकिन ऑर्केस्ट्रा के साथ खेल रहे हैं। वो ऑर्केस्ट्रा के जो पियानो अकॉर्डियन है उसके साथ खेल रहे हैं, दुखी मन मेरे सुन मेरा कहना। पब्लिक देख के हंस रही है, एंड आवाज में देयर इज नो लैक ऑफ सैडनेस। आवाज में इतनी सैडनेस ही इज एबल टू ब्रिंग आउट। आई ऑल्सो हर्ड सेइंग, पंथी हूं मैं उस पथ का। इतना सैडनेस ही हैज ब्रॉट आउट, बट व्हेन यू लुक एट हिज फेस ही इज सो जॉयफुल। तो इसमें आई फाउंड अ सीक्रेट कि आप अगर अपनी अंदर की जो सैड भावना है उसको आप ऑब्जेक्टिफाई कर सकते हैं। आई एम द नोअर, आई एम द कर्ता, और ये जो दुख जो है वो इट इज अ वस्तु। आई हैव मेड इट एन ऑब्जेक्ट। और जैसे ही उसको ऑब्जेक्टिफाई करते हैं, सो विद दैट ऑब्जेक्ट एंड मी द सब्जेक्ट, देयर इज अ स्पेस, अ वैल्यूएबल स्पेस। In that space, it becomes easily handleable. That is a very important secret. Like when you told all these stories, ना आप लोग अपनी कहानी बता रहे, we have objectified our sadness, उसको दूर भगा दिया हमने, न्यूट्रलाइज कर दिया, and we have brought out the happy self. हाँ, Dr. Kamal Setia is back. Over to you, sir. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
He has seen so much joy.
देखिए, see, the first thing I would like to say is that you were not able to hear me.
And now I'm able to hear you.
Now you are able. So that is the happiness for me.
Wonderful.
Because happiness is in the present moment. Now, as you rightly said, it's at times really it has a wiping effect on the present. If you remember the old golden memories, your moments of happiness. So I really appreciate this, and it's really wonderful idea. You made me happy by recalling an incident which was 50 years back.
अरे वाह।
देखिए, मैं बचपन से ही हिंदी मीडियम में पढ़ा। मेरे फादर थे प्रोफेसर हिंदी के, तो इधर उधर जाना संभव ही नहीं था, हिंदी में पढ़े। अब जब ग्रेजुएशन हो गई, हाँ ये जरूर है कि बीकॉम में बहुत से सब्जेक्ट इंग्लिश में भी थे, और तब से हमने थोड़ी सी इंग्लिश की तैयारी शुरू कर दी थी, क्योंकि आगे एमबीए करने की सोची थी, और उस वक्त एमबीए की डिग्री हॉट सेलिंग थी। तो मैंने सोचा कि अब एमबीए के लिए पहले बहुत सीट्स भी बहुत कम होती थी। जयपुर में पोदार इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मैनेजमेंट है, मैंने वहां पे अप्लाई किया और सभी ने सपोर्ट किया, फैमिली मेंबर्स ने, तो नहीं कर लोगे तुम। मुझे डर था, और डर था सबसे बड़ा इंग्लिश का। अब एमबीए में जो है हर स्ट्रीम से लोग आते हैं वहां पर, कॉमर्स, इंजीनियरिंग और अकाउंट्स, हर स्ट्रीम के लोग उसमें अप्लाई कर सकते हैं। ग्रेजुएशन और पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट भी बहुत से लोग थे, तो हजारों लोगों ने अप्लाई किया और 30 सीट थी। जिस दिन रिजल्ट नोटिस बोर्ड पे लगना था, उस दिन, उसके एक दिन पहले रात से ही बारिश शुरू हुई, भारी बरसात, और इतनी बरसात कि सड़कों पे घुटने तक पानी था। मैंने स्कूटर निकाला तो डर लगा, मैंने शायद ये कहीं रास्ते में बंद हो जाएगा। और घर वालों ने सबने हतोत्साहित किया, बोले नहीं नहीं मत जाओ, क्या पता है कि नंबर आएगा ही, इतनी बारिश में फंस जाओगे। मैंने कहा ये तो जिंदगी की बात है, कैरियर की बात है, जरूर जाऊंगा। मैंने साइकिल निकाली और पैडल मारते हुए मैं आधे रास्ते तक पहुंचा, लेकिन वहां पर ही देखा कि बहुत आगे तेज भाव पानी का बहुत ज्यादा है। मैंने एक जानकार मेडिकल स्टोर के आगे अपनी साइकिल पार्क की और बस में बैठ के पहुंचा इंस्टीट्यूट में पहुंच के धड़कते हुए दिल से जब मैं बोर्ड की तरफ गया, तो उससे पहले ही दोस्तों ने मुझे पकड़ लिया। यार तू तो निकल गया।
अरे
और तुम्हारा क्या हुआ? हम रह गए। तो सच बताऊं कि न केवल बहुत खुशी हुई, बल्कि वो एक बड़ा सेटिस्फैक्शन का पल था कि मुझे लगा कि हाँ, एट टाइम्स दी हार्ड वर्क पेज। मैंने जो गर्मियों की छुट्टियां थी उनमें पूरा इंग्लिश लिटरेचर और सारे रोज के न्यूज़पेपर, इंग्लिश न्यूज़पेपर्स खंगाल डाले। वोकैबुलरी हर रोज 15 अक्षर सीखने होते थे।
अरे वाह, एक्सेलेंट। वाह
और
वाह,
उनका दिन में उपयोग भी करना होता था।
अरे वाह।
तो बड़ा अच्छा लगा ये, मतलब ये है इनर जॉय,
हाँ,
सेटिस्फैक्शन।
इनर जॉय, यस, वंडरफुल वंडरफुल। अब व्हाट आई वुड लाइक टू हाईलाइट इज, अभी जैसे डॉक्टर सेठिया ने बताया ही वॉज वीक इन इंग्लिश, लेकिन आप उनके विनलेस सीरीज लेक्चर सुनिए, यू विल हैव नो सच फीलिंग। वो इंग्लिश में भी इतने अच्छा बोल लेते हैं, यू हैव अ फीलिंग इज गुड गुड इन इंग्लिश, नॉट जस्ट गुड, अच्छा स्टैंडर्ड इंग्लिश बोलते हैं। इट्स इज हार्ड वर्क। उन्होंने 15 शब्द नोट किए, उसको व्यवहार भी किया। इज अ वंडरफुल थिंग। और अभी डॉक्टर सेठिया ने जिस तरह बताया, डिटेल में रिकॉल कीजिए, रिकॉल मोमेंट टू मोमेंट हैप्पीनेस। अरे पानी भरा हुआ था, स्कूटर में नहीं गया, साइकिल में गया, साइकिल को भी रोका। then your mind faces the challenge and overcomes the challenge. आपने जो चैलेंज फेस किया था, it brings back that strength
and a bundle of happiness.
bundle of happiness, very beautiful. वो ऑब्जेक्टिफाई करके you will be able to neutralize all the negative effects, and आज का जो this moment is happiness. अभी देखिए, हम लोग कहते हैं ना, if you look at time, टाइम इज, लेट्स से वी स्टार्ट विद ईयर, से भी होता है, डिकेड्स वगैरह होता है, ईयर, फिर मंथ, फिर वीक, फिर डे, फिर मिनट, फिर सेकंड। इज सेकंड, व्हेन व्हाट इज फर्स्ट?
मोमेंट।
हाँ, मोमेंट, अभी इज द फर्स्ट,
अभी अभी। और यदि
दिस इज फर्स्ट। हाँ,
हर वक्त खुश रहेंगे तो खुश ही रहेंगे।
सो दिस इज द मोमेंट फर्स्ट, उसके बाद ही टाइम आता है। और फिर आप हिंदी ग्रामर में देखिए, then you refer to the other person is called prathama purusha. Then you refer to yourself, it is called uttama purusha. So uttama purusha वो है जो हमेशा खुश रहता है, one who is able to invoke happiness from inside, उसी को उत्तम पुरुष कहते हैं। So wonderful. It is just grammar बहुत simple लगता है. It is not simple. इसमें बहुत सारे तत्व छुपे हुए हैं. Thank you, Dr. Setia ji. All of us, we should enroll for Dr. Setia ji's wellness session. बहुत कुछ सिखाते हैं वहाँ. Simple, non-medical remedies. आपको मेडिसिन की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी. He will tell you simple equations of food and lifestyle, and आपकी जो सारी छोटी छोटी बीमारियां सब भाग जाएंगी आपसे. He's उनके सेशन बहुत पॉपुलर है. All of us should attend that sessions. Okay, we now move to Bharti Rathod ji. Over
Yeah.
to you. Yes.
Mohan ji,
हाँ, आइए.
my happiness is my two daughters.
अच्छा.
In 1998, there was a tragedy in the family. We were based in Khopoli first. My husband was an electrical engineer with Indian Organic Chemicals, and for 20 long years we were there. And suddenly I lost my father and my mother-in-law in the same month of October 1998. That time I felt that I had to stay back in Mumbai just because of this tragedy. And my elder daughter was in the 12th and the younger one was in the 10th that time. And both the years were very crucial for each of them. But it so happened that my elder one couldn't clear her 12th that time. And somehow then we had to move here to Mumbai. And we had, especially my husband had in his mind that my elder daughter Trupti would become a doctor. But since she couldn't clear her 12th, we had a setback first. But then no, every time God helps us in whatever decision we have to make. So when we moved to Mumbai, both my daughters enrolled for home science. And home science में हुआ ऐसा कि ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट में तृप्ति ने टॉप किया और उसके बाद थोड़ा ब्रेक होने के बाद she with the human development background, she got a job as a nursery teacher, and in the meanwhile she enrolled for a course in psychotherapy and psychology. All that added on. जो डॉक्टर नहीं बन सकी उसका बिल्कुल हमें वो नहीं था, because she kept on adding to her qualifications. And once she came across an advertisement for her yoga therapy, diploma in yoga therapy. She enrolled for that, and luckily she was placed as a teacher in the same institute which she enrolled and studied, that is Kaivaladham, Charni Road, Mumbai. So she worked there for 8 long years, and after that again she started her own practice, and today she is a successful yoga therapist and a psychologist. It gives me immense pleasure to think that chalo doctor nahi bani to kuch nahi, but she is enjoying what she is doing now. Yes, and I'm so happy for her.
Very nice.
That is shown on her face. When we see that, I can feel that no, she's happy, and she is an encouraging for all of us in the family. And my younger daughter is a textile designer after studying in home science. So I'm so happy that both my kids are successful in life.
कितनी बड़ी बात है, कितनी बड़ी बात भारती जी. See, आप जब अपनी बेटियों के बारे में सुना रहे हैं, I am able to feel your happiness.
Yes, I'm sure because my voice is giving you those signals.
Yes, the voice is showing so much happiness. Yeah, you are truly speaking from the heart. ये जब आप कहने के लिए नहीं कह रहे, आपने दिल से कह रहे.
बिल्कुल.
And in this moment, आप just step back and enjoy your happiness.
Yes.
All you have to do is to close your eyes and see, yes, this is the happy me.
Yes.
और इसमें क्या होता है ना, all your problems get neutralized.
Correct.
जैसे हाथों में रबर ग्लव्स पहन के आप हाई टेंशन वायर को छू सकती है, कुछ नहीं होगा.
कुछ नहीं होगा, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
वैसे आप अपने आप को इंसुलेट कर लीजिए with so much of happiness. Wonderful. I'm so happy, thrilled to listen to all of you.
Thank you so much.
But I will close with a small story. There is a billionaire in India. बहुत ही अमीर आदमी है. So when they talked to him about happiness, he said, हाँ मैंने जब शुरू किया था steel factory, I was happy. And then when the factory grew, I was even happy. I expanded outside India. I bought car factories in England, competing with international competition. I was even more happy. When I bought an aircraft company which my great grandfather started, I was even more happy. इतने सारी खुशियां मिली. And one day, he's a billionaire. His annual income runs into 100 crore rupees at a retirement stage. And he does a lot of charity also. So one day somebody came and said, there is a school in which children who don't have parents and especially who have certain physical problems, they live there. Can you donate some wheelchairs for that institute? He said, how many children are there? He said, there are 100 children who will need wheelchairs. He said, 100 wheelchairs I will donate. So each wheelchair costed about 40,000 rupees. So he spent 40 lakhs on the wheelchair. The wheelchair all were delivered to the company. So the trustees called him and said, sir, will you come and personally distribute the wheelchair? It'll give us a lot of happiness. So he says, personally, he went to distribute the wheelchair. And he says, when I handed over the wheelchair and the children were sitting and turning the wheelchairs 360 degrees and looking at the speed and things like that, he said, I got so much joy that I forgot my billions and factories and cars. The joy in the happiness of those 8-9-year-old children was so much. And he said, I was so happy when one of the child walked up to him and held his hand and said, I want to look at your face properly. He said, kya baat hai? And he looked into the face. He said, when I go to heaven, I will see you there. I want to remember your face there. He says, I felt so happy that मेरी कुछ आवाज ही नहीं निकली. So remember, contributing to others' joy gives you immense happiness. उसको कहते हैं in Sanskrit ब्रह्म स्पर्श सुख. When you touch the total, दूसरों की खुशी में, when you are able to draw happiness, it's called ब्रह्म स्पर्श सुख. So happiness is not just in you, outside you. It is your very nature. Sukh Swaroop hai. So thank you very much for spending this wonderful Saturday with me and sharing your stories. We will meet again. आपके स्टोरी के डिटेल आप लिखिए. Please write your story in detail. In detail, scene by scene. On this day, this time, this happened. अभी जैसे when Raman sir said, I got a princely salary of 69,000 rupees. Look at the check, 69 rupees. It was worth 69,000 maybe those days. And out of that 69, he remitted something to the mother. The mother says he will satisfy every need. So record all these small moments. Overai ji, please record the expression on the person's face who came and told you, आपकी पहली बेटी जैसी दूसरी बेटी है क्या? Record these expressions on the people's faces. ये सब आप record करके लिख के रखिए. What will happen is all you have to do is to read those. वो पन्ने एक बार पलट के पढ़ लीजिए. And look at the happiness flowing out of you. So have a wonderful week. Please join us for Aao Jhume Gaye on Monday. हम लोग मिल के गाते हैं. Let's all sing. And join us for other sessions as well. Till next Saturday, we'll have one more happiness session, happiness sharing session.
Bye. Bye, sir.
Bye. May Ishwara be with you.